love the crispness of white with the blue, and then taking it to the next level with the greens and the hot pink and the turquoise and the yellow. It just snowballed on me, and I was just, before I knew, I was like, this house has had so much color.
I love the colors of the house. Our house doesn't look like anybody else's house, and I love it that way.
If you're gonna go big, go big. As far as following any sort of design rules, I've never read the rule book, and frankly, I don't want to. I just seem to find a way to make it work.
Come on, rascals.
The front dining room is the first room you see when you come in the door. So I wanted to make a statement right away. I wanted people to go, wow. I did pattern on pattern on pattern, and where you would think it might not work because they might fight with each other, but layering patterns elevates the space just that much more in the design. The house sits on 2 acres. It's 4,111 square feet. There are 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, a game room, a lounge area, open concept living, and a swimming pool.
We were living kind of in the heart of Fort Worth.
It was just getting more and more crowded and fewer places to park. So we stumbled upon this little community out here near Lakeside and found this lot in particular and decided to build our forever house here.
It's a little bit secluded, 10 to 15 minutes from downtown, but has all the, the features of wildlife.
And we were sold when we were looking at it. Like 4 or 5 deer ran across the back of it, and Jeff just looked at me and he was like, this is where we're gonna live. It'd be a real challenge to be in a bad mood in this house. First of all, the natural light is insane. And then you've got the color on top of that. I would describe my style and the design of this house as rustic contemporary. I don't know why it works, but it just does. I think if you go in a room and your eye can rest easily on everything, then it works. When you come into the great room, immediately you'll notice the 20-foot ceilings, and it just makes the space seem even bigger than it already is.
With a high ceiling, you need something that's a little bit bold and kind of brings the ceiling down a little bit, and that's what that ceiling fan did for me.
The dry stack stone is from floor to ceiling. On the hearth area, I did a herringbone pattern marble. I love the mix of the stone with the wood floor, with the marble. This was a really, really nice, expensive fabric, and I wasn't gonna be able to buy all the yards needed to make these tall drapes. So what I did is I cheated a little bit. I bought just a few yards of it, probably 8 or 9, and then I used solid linen and then a solid linen trim tape to make a really custom, beautiful drape, but without spending the fortune that it could have been. Moving off into the dining room is where everybody congregates. With the picnic table style dining, I think it does just say, take off your shoes, please, and have a seat and eat what I've made, and no complaining, eat what I made. I knew I wanted a bright white kitchen, and I also knew that I wanted marble countertops and lots of counter space. Entertaining is a breeze. We have enough room to set out the food, sort of a buffet style. I love the modern farmhouse sink, and I knew I always wanted this crazy looking faucet. It's important to me to showcase my kids' artwork. It makes them feel special, and because it's adorable. The cuckoo clock hung in my grandparents' house, and I remember just as being a child, standing in front of it and dancing whenever the cuckoo would cuckoo. I think it's really awesome. A couple years ago, we went to this antique place in Forney, Texas, and saw the replica phone booths. And we were like, okay, this is super cool, we have to have one. I wish the phone worked. It doesn't.
It's analog and everything's gone digital, so it doesn't function, but it's still a great conversation piece.
This is probably my most eclectic space, mixing modern with traditional.
The game room, we knew we wanted to be a more masculine space. We wanted it to be dark, for watching games and TVs and stuff.
Oh, is it already started?
We have the bold looking wallpaper, and we just absolutely love it. We have some tile over here that almost looks like scales with the quartz countertop, and it really pops. It's just a great room. The couch is unbelievable. It's goose down feather and so comfortable.
The master bathroom is the only room in our house that isn't wild with color. We wanted it to be very calming. It's got that modern standalone tub with a big picture window. And I love the tree outside the window, which is very special. Jeff planted that on Valentine's Day. Jeff likes it because he picked out a rain shower head, and like he still high fives himself over that choice.
I had to have a rain shower head.
It's got a separate shower head that I use. It's hard if you don't wash your hair every day to not get your hair wet if you have a rain shower head. You're gonna be like dodging the rain shower like this the whole time. Nobody wants to shower like that. Jeff designed the best backyard with lots of seating and places to eat and lounge.
I put a lot of deck around the pool. One of the things homeowners regret more than anything is not enough deck.
It's nice to have the day bed. It's really cool. It kind of feels like you're in a resort.
When we were on vacation in Cancun, Shauna and I were laying on a cabana bed, and I said, we have got to have this bed. I drove all the way down to Mexico, actually picked it up, and got lost a little bit, you might say, down there, and was off the grid for a couple hours, and but I finally got it back home. The pool itself, it has pebble sheen finish with abalone shells. The sanitation I use is something called Solar Eclipse, and it's ozone and UV combined. And what it will do is get you as close to chlorine-free as you can get.
One of the coolest things that we did was put a dog shower in the garage. It's also a great place to wash off dirty kids and dirty husbands, too. It's pretty awesome.
It's a beautiful home, but it's a very comfortable, functioning home.
You walk in here and you can totally tell the personality of the people who live here. It really is my favorite place to be. I used to want to travel all the time, and I just want to be home.